Part 2 to 8.5, difference of two squares. So if we look here at number 7 in our packets, before we break this down, we want to ask ourselves, is there a greatest common factor that can come out of a 36 and a 144? You may right away say, well, a 12 can come out. So if you pull out a 12, and 36 divided by 12 is 3, but 3 is not a perfect square. So you want to see if there's a larger number that will come out of 144. So maybe you want to ask yourself, does 36 go into 144 evenly? So if you take in your calculator 144 divided by 36, it does go in evenly 4 whole times. And 4, as we know, is a perfect square. So we're going to pull out the entire 36. And now let's ask ourselves, out of x squared and x to the 8th, how many x's can we pull out? So we've got x times x, and then x times x times x times x, x times x times x times x. So how many x's will come out of both of them? 2 x's. So x squared. So we'll cross off the 2 x's here. We'll cross off 2 of the x's here. How many y's can come out of both of them? Y times y times y, and y times y. 2 of them can come out of both of them. So pull out the y squared, and I'll cross off my y's. So that's the greatest common factor, 36x squared y squared, that will come out of both. Now let's see what's left. So 36 divided by 36 is a 1. So we're left with 1. We don't have any x's left, but we've got 1 y that is left. Oh, 2 y's that are left, because I only wrote it down 3 times. So 2 y's that are left. So y squared. Then negative 144 divided by 36, negative 4. So minus 4. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x's left. So x to the 6th, but no y's left. Now we can break this down into our 2 sets of parentheses. But don't forget to bring down the 36x squared y squared. Square root of 1, put your positive and your negative signs. Square root of 1 is just 1. Square root of y squared, take your exponent, divide it by 2. So you get 2 divided by 2 is 1, so just 1y. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of x to the 6th, take your exponent, divide it by 2, so that's x to the 3rd. And there is your answer. We look at the next one. Is there a number that can come out of a 49 and a negative 16? I don't think so, so we can just set up our 2 sets of parentheses. Square root of 49, 7. Square root of p to the 4th would be p squared. Square root of q to the 12th. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So q to the 6th. Square root of 16 is 4. And square root of z to the 8th. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So z to the 4th. Let's do this last one here. What can come out of a 64 and a 121, if anything? Well, we know that 64 is a perfect square and 121 is a perfect square. So let's not take anything out. And we may find here later on that we could have taken something out. So let's set up our two sets of parentheses here. Square root of 64 is 8. X squared, square root is just x. Y to the 16th, divide that by 2, you get 8. Z to the 4th, divide that by 2, z squared. Square root of 121, 11. A to the 18th, divide that by 2, you get 9. And b to the 4th, you get 2. And z to the 8th, 8 divided by 2 is 4, so z to the 4th. And that is simplified.